Those Bahamian diplomats in Haiti returning home, the Minister of Health giving an update on vaccines, and the country has had 5 homicides in 3 days. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Simonet with your JCN News for this Tuesday, July 13th. The Bahamian diplomats who were working at the Bahamian Embassy in Haiti have finally returned home. This much coming from Foreign Affairs Minister Darren Henfield outside of Cabinet this morning. The move comes amidst fear of civil unrest after the terrible assassination of the Haitian President Jovenel Moïse last week Wednesday.
Yes, I was very pleased last night to receive all 4 of our Bahamian diplomats from Haiti on Bahamian soil. They arrived around 8 p.m. last evening. They're all in good spirits. They're all in good health. Of course, we were working assiduously to get them home since last week Wednesday, following the tragic killing of the Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. We still have about 5 Bahamians in Haiti, some other residents that are normally in the Bahamas that we need to work on how we ameliorate their circumstances in the future.
There is currently no timeline for those 5 remaining Bahamians who are still in Haiti, but Minister Henfield says that his ministry and the Ministry of Health are working together to come to a resolution as soon as possible. When asked how the environment was in Haiti when the Bahamian diplomats left, Minister Henfield says this.
The environment was, as we get reports every day, the environment was still somewhat settled, but still uncertain. The history of Haiti is that, it doesn't take much to trigger civil unrest. I mean, you all know that you cover the region. And so we're hoping and praying that the perpetrators can be brought to quick justice, and this will somehow appease the Haitian nationals in Haiti, and even here in the Bahamas, well, all of us all across the world.
Minister Henfield assured that despite the Bahamian government bringing Bahamians home from Haiti, they still stand in solidarity with Haiti during this time. He also advised that the Bahamian Embassy will remain closed until the government is comfortable and confident that the diplomats can return. 5 murders in the capital over the Independence holiday weekend leaves police investigating what many are speculating as a gang war. Between Thursday, July 9th and Monday, July 12th, police were called to the scenes of shooting incidents. The latest homicide occurring on Monday evening, leaving family members in shock and horror as the body of their loved one was taken away in the aftermath of a shooting incident at a car wash on East Street opposite Coconut Grove Avenue. Police Press Liaison Officer Assistant Superintendent of Police Audley Peters says officers were called to the scene shortly after 6 p.m. Thursday night, a man was shot outside of his home in Flamingo Gardens. He was transported to hospital where he later died. On Saturday morning, a male was shot on Palmetto Avenue, Sunset Park. According to Commissioner of Police Paul Roll, in a press release, he says these 2 incidents are related and police have in their custody a 29-year-old male of Jubilee Gardens. The 3rd murder occurred on Saturday evening in Ridgeland Park West, the top cop indicating that this incident is related to the murder that occurred on 1st Street, Coconut Grove last week between 2 rival groups. On Sunday night, police arrested a male and recovered a 9mm pistol while at Arawak Key after the alleged suspect shot and killed a male there. On the scene at Monday's homicide, ASP Peters says police are concerned. Police did not reveal the identity of this latest homicide victim. However, JCN's news team sources identified him as Michael Thompson, who's also known in the Grove community as 40. Police are appealing to anyone who may have information on any of the homicides over the weekend to contact the nearest police station or the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991 or 2. Meantime, National Security Minister Marvin Dames, in response to the rash of murders here in the capital over the Independence weekend, says that the weight of gun violence does not fall solely on the armed forces' shoulders, but on the public as well. Just before the weekly cabinet meeting, while responding to questions from reporters, Minister Dames spoke to the recent onslaught of murders over the past 5 days.
Again, it's a manifestation, as I continue to say, of decades of neglect. You look at the age of the persons who are carrying out these heinous crimes. It speaks to our failures as parents and adults, and we cannot expect that it would be the police's job to kind of manage these young men. And so it speaks to this continued concern that it is all of our responsibilities.
Commissioner of Police Paul Rowe reporting that one of those murders, which occurred in Ridgeland Park West on Saturday evening, is believed to be related to the murder that occurred in 1st Street, Coconut Grove last week between two rival groups. Now, when asked if the public should be concerned about a gang war breaking out, Minister Dames says this.
No, I don't think that there should be public concern about a gang war happening. As you can see, I mean, the police are very much on top of that, but these things are going to happen. And it just speaks to how important it is for all of us to be playing our respective roles. You know, we cannot sit back and just rely entirely on the police to resolve these issues. Usually when it ends up in the police hands, it's often too late. You know, we all have a responsibility here. And this is a constant reminder of that fact.
Minister Dames says that not only the Bahamas is going through a difficult period when it relates to gun violence, but so is the rest of the world. However, he says he believes that the country is on the right track and many areas of crime are trending downward. In our national COVID-19 news, health officials releasing 2 updates this morning of new COVID numbers. Cases for Sunday, July 11th and Monday, July 12th. 55 newly infected cases for Sunday and 13 cases were confirmed on Monday. Between the 2 days, 42 cases were confirmed on New Providence, 7 with a history of travel within 14 days, 8 on Eleuthera, 7 on Bimini and Cat Key, 5 cases each on Grand Bahama and Exuma, 2 with a history of travel on Exuma, and 1 case with location pending. A further breakdown of the cases revealed that 29 are male and 39 are female. The country's national total now stands at 13,233. Of that number, 926 are active cases. Hospitalized cases have increased to 67, 62 of them considered moderately ill, and 5 are in the intensive care unit. Just 3 cases recovered over the 2 days, bringing the total in that category to 11,961. No new deaths were reported, leaving that total at 254. A total of 112,074 tests have been completed to date. Despite the Pan American Health Organization's concerns about delays in vaccines from the COVAX facility due to a series of challenges in June and the inability to receive AstraZeneca vaccine doses from the Serum Institute of India for Latin America and the Caribbean, according to Assistant Director of PAHO, Health Minister Renwood Wells is confident that the Bahamas will receive its 3rd tranche of 33,600 doses that should be in country by the end of the month. Here's the Health Minister giving an update to reporters just before the weekly cabinet meeting this morning.
You would also be aware that we are entitled to some 33,000+ doses of AstraZeneca. The date for arrival of that vaccine is July 26th, and so we are eagerly awaiting AstraZeneca on July 26th. We are also awaiting the update through CARICOM for the donation directly from the United States as to how much doses of that vaccine we will be receiving. We should have that update this week as well.
Now, as for an update on the Pfizer vaccine, the health minister says through the COVAX facility, the Bahamas has been offered nearly 60,000 doses of that vaccine.
We will have a more definitive date when that vaccine will arrive, when Pfizer will arrive in country by Friday of this week. The COVAX facility through PAHO has informed the Caribbean region as to what is available. And the Bahamas has been offered some 57,330 doses of Pfizer through PAHO.
Now, while fears continue that the country is facing a shortage of vaccines, Minister Wells insists that the government is sourcing vaccines from everywhere that it can possibly obtain vaccines under the guidance of World Health Organization rules. To date, 97,992 total vaccines have been administered nationwide. 37,689 people are fully vaccinated in country. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.